107.1 FM KZME Radio is listener-supported community radio dedicated to broadcasting local music, supporting local arts and culture, and sharing information about East County. Please become a member today by clicking on the piggy bank. Your donation helps us continue our efforts to entertain, inspire, and connect our community through programming that celebrates local music, arts, and culture. Enjoy the show.
This is The Lunchbox. I'm James, joined here live in studio by Danny Delegato, whose name I spelled wrong on our Facebook page. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I'm happy to be in Gresham.
It's good to have you here, man.
Yeah.
So let's have you open up with a song. If you could tell us the name of the song, and then we'll come back and chat and play some more. How's that sound?
Great.
All right.
This is a new song from The Hugs' new record, Love Led You Here. The song's called Every Way.
One 107.1 FM, KZME, Danny Delegato from The Hugs. So, new album coming out, end of this month.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it's taken a long time.
Yeah, how long has it taken?
2-3 years.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have some new fresh material out and a new outlook. So.
Nice. So you recorded this one a lot differently than the other two, right?
Yeah, the album was recorded on our own, and we usually did most of our stuff in like a commercial studio.
Yeah.
And this time we just took a lot of time writing and recording.
Nice.
And with the vocals and all that. And yeah, I mean, it came out kind of more polished in a way of home recordings would be a little bit more, I don't know, character and style.
There you
maybe.
go.
But
a little dirtier maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's an album with just, hours and hours spent up late at night in southeast Portland in a basement.
Yeah.
And, just tweaking and mixing and recording. And, yeah, it's got a lot of different type of songs on it. So I'm excited that, the sound is evolving.
You've got a new lineup for the band. Well, new for the last time that I had you guys on the show. Tell me about the new guys in the band.
Yeah, Skylar Weaver plays drums. He joined about a year ago, and my writing partner and guitar player, and he previously played bass, is named Davey Appaloosa, and then there's me, and currently we have a bass player right now named Elliot Chamberlain, and he writes some of his own music as well, and he's been playing with us for about 4 or 5 months, but yeah, the new lineup is seeming to work.
Nice.
The record was done with the 3 of us, and we've been performing the songs out, and they're rocking. It sounded good.
Right on. So you get a couple of shows coming up. Let's tell people about the 31st of this month at Dante's and August 9th at Firkin Tavern. I just like saying that name.
Yeah, Firkin. Like an accent of freaking or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
Who's on those bills with you?
The Firkin will be playing with the Werner Pantons and the Dandelions, and then I'm not sure at Dante's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that someone will be playing.
Somebody awesome.
Yeah,
right?
Check their website. But that's the next show we got coming up, and the record will be out the day before that.
Nice.
And,
so are you sort of considering the Dante show your record release party?
Digital.
Digital.
Yeah, so everyone can bring their laptop. And,
that is so like 2013 Portland.
Yeah, we'll have an album release physical probably in the fall sometime. But at this point, yeah, we're just kind of getting it out there on the intergalactic highway of the internet.
Right on. Cool. You want to play another song for us?
Yeah, I'll play Magnify, which is the first single from the album.
Live radio tuning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Why don't you tune for a second? I'll read. You're good?
Just the beats.
Oh, okay. Well, off we go. 107.1 FM, KZME, Danny Delegato from The Hugs, Magnify, the new single coming up from the album to be released digitally on the 30th. Love led you here. Let's talk for a second about influences. Who drove you into music in the first place, do you think?
That's a big question, yeah.
I know, right?
It's kind of funny, but to really answer that question honestly, when I was young, probably Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer.
Yeah, because I got obsessed with David Gilmour,
mm-hmm.
and then I got obsessed with Roger Waters. Then I watched The Wall.
Yeah.
And it tripped me out, and I have always been about like visual, kind of the aspect of being in music and songwriting and seeing things in music, and that just blew me away. So that and actually a local band, when I was in like 8th grade, I heard a band playing outside of my house, and it was just really good.
Yeah.
And loud and awesome, and I didn't know what it was, and I hopped the fence and went over there, and it was We're From Japan.
Oh, right on.
So they are, an instrumental rock band, post-rock band from Portland, and they've been going for like, a decade now, but it really just blew me away. That band, when I was, 14, they just have a huge wall of sound, and it's, it's instrumental, and it's a bit different from what the Hugs are doing, but I still use a lot of that, like, effect, the reverb, the distortion, the, whatever you want to call it. Just they had that, and I think early on when I saw that just kind of made me be like, wow, I want to like make a lot of noise and just, jam. And
I'm trying to picture you as a 14-year-old kid standing there wrapped watching some band.
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I was. I would always come over there and watch them practice, and I think they enjoyed it. Made them play a little bit better.
There you go. If somebody's watching, somebody always plays better, don't they?
Yeah, and they'd always give me their records. They'd be pressing their own stuff, and I'd go listen to it. And everyone at high school would be like, "What are you listening to?" And I'd be like, "We're From Japan." They're like, "What? What's that?" Oh, you gotta check it out. But yeah, that got me into a lot of different music,
nice.
Mono and Explosions in the Sky and stuff. And but yeah, that was the first band that I think initially got me inspired to start playing music, on a more grand level.
When do you remember when you wrote your first song, and if it was any good?
Yeah, I think it was. It got me a record deal.
All right.
In London.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a song called "Wonderful You," and it's kind of a love song about a girl, and I wrote it when I was 16, and then I demoed it 4 times.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to the studio to record it, it was really ready to go, and
I really got to do this again.
Yeah, it was fun because it was such a great song that I felt like, we just should keep working on it, and we got all the stuff going on it, the tambourine, and it really came together, and that was the first one I wrote, and then it ended up being on the first Hugs LP. And as well was one of the first songs that my manager had brought to Columbia Records when they had signed us. So yeah, they loved that track, and I think it's still one of my favorites. It's really it's oldie but a goodie, and really simple chords, and kind of the first girl I fell for. That was cute.
Right on. I wish I had written a song.
Yeah, her name's in the song a bunch, so you'll figure out what her name is.
All right, good. I don't have to think too hard then. I like that. So you brought up the Columbia Records thing, so I'm going to drag it out of you one more time.
Yeah.
I think our listeners might be interested in knowing exactly what went down with that whole debacle.
Right. That's a good question. Yeah, well, I re-signed to Columbia Records, I guess when I was 18. I just graduated from Cleveland High School, and essentially, we just got a record deal, and we went over there to London and started meeting with producers and working on songs. I think we wrote about like 30 or 40 songs that were going to be potentially on our LP. And what happened? We went to a studio called Toe Rag and worked with Liam Watson, who did the album by the White Stripes called Elephant. And it was an all analog studio, and we did about like 10 to 12 songs straight to 1-inch tape, and no computer in sight. And yeah, we had met up with a few other producers before, Rob Schnapp and Gil Norton, a few other people, but we ended up working with him over there in Hackney in London. And yeah, well, essentially what happened to a lot of bands. We gave them the record and we were dropped. But you know, that was a time when a lot of bands were coming out doing electronic music, and the label had been, I think, making pretty good ends meet with that style of music. MGMT's on that label, and they signed a year earlier than we did. And yeah, they were a great label. When they got us out there, they got our name branded in a way. I mean, got to meet a lot of great people and play a lot of great shows, and touring in England was amazing, and a lot of great experiences. Get some dirt underneath my fingernail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it ended up being just not really quite the right fit for what we were doing as far as the Hugs is going. It's very corporate at that level, and they have a lot of you know, a lot of say in what you do.
Indeed.
Even though you're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where we had a good time, and all ends well that is well. So still making records, and that's the main thing. But
right on.
But the record is on YouTube that we did with the producer. So if you're interested to see what the Hugs do sound like when they've been Lundified,
when you're all slicked out, baby.
Yeah. It's on YouTube and under the Hugs London. So
nice.
Yeah, it definitely was good to get the right records out. So.
Yeah, man. Well,
that's where I'm at with that.
Where can people go on the World Wide Wild Web to learn about your shows and downloads and all that stuff?
You can find us on Facebook, The Hugs, and thehugsmusic.com is our main website, and pretty much have all of our material up, plus the 2 new singles from the new record on our Bandcamp.
Nice.
And that's thehugs.bandcamp.com, and you know, we got Twitter, all that, The Hugs Portland, but
you're more plugged in than I am.
Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, it's this day and age. I guess that's what everyone's got to do is get every little thing going.
Nook and cranny filled. So Love led you here. Digital release the 30th of this month. Dante's the 31st. Firkin Tavern August 9th. You want to close us out with a tune?
Yeah, sure. I think I'm going to play another oldie but a goodie. It's called She Was High, and it's from our second LP. The wind's knocking something on my porch. The girl played my heart, I really ain't nothing. I called her up and she was high. Don't you plant my heart, you really ain't nothing. Yeah, yeah. No, whoa. Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. She was on my high. Wah, 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 wah. She said I'm high. A voice is screaming something at my door. Neighbor lady says she's really on something. Tried to talk her down, but she was high. Don't you plant my heart, you really ain't nothing. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. She said I'm high. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. She said I'm high. Woo!
This has been an on-demand podcast of the program Lunchbox with host James Dineen from July 19th, 2013. James' guest was The Hugs at thehugsmusic.com. 1071fm.com. Support this community radio station by going online to 1071fm.org and click on the piggy bank.